are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, welcome to I Am Refocused Radio, man. We are here once again, and man, today we have a true honor talking to our special guest for today, Joanne McNeil. She's the host of the podcast, May Accounts, the Story of Myspace. I mean, who doesn't know about MySpace? I know I'm old enough to know about MySpace, and Tom was my friend on the top 8 friends list. So, man, first and foremost, I want to welcome Joanne to the show. How you doing?
Thank you so much, and thanks for a great introduction.
Man, I appreciate you taking time because you've done some great work. You're also known for being the author of Lurking, How a Person Became a User. So you're doing amazing work. Tell us a little bit about this podcast.
So I was really interested in MySpace because it happened at a time before people really knew how to connect with others on the internet. You know, like it was this transition period where in the 90s, you were kind of anonymous. You used screen names. Like that's when you'd see things like City Girl 96 or something like that, you know, the names, the usernames, as opposed to like profile pictures. But then there was a big development, which is broadband internet at home. It's no longer dial-up, which is slow. You can go fast. You can upload photos. And when people are uploading photos of themselves, connecting to each other, you're no longer fully strangers to each other. And that's the moment that MySpace picked up.
Who doesn't remember MySpace with all the celebrities? It was kind of like the preview before Twitter because you were able to, you know, friend your favorite band. I mean, a lot of people, you know, remember MTV back in the day. So like music videos, everything was music-wise. Artists and celebrities, even film, Hollywood, you can be real close to those people on MySpace.
Oh, yeah. And that's what's also interesting about this platform is that with MySpace, their cultural references, they were based in LA. They weren't the Silicon Valley kind of bro-y guys that you kind of associate with tech companies today. They had parties. They had parties that, you know, people I spoke to said were really, really fun parties. And that kind of looseness, that sense of like, this isn't this ultra corporate company, even though in many ways it was, but the sense that this is like a party atmosphere, that shaped what people were doing, a lot of creative expression, a lot of music and fun, and definitely a youth culture.
And with your recent episode of MySpace Famous, you kind of delve into, you know, the reality TV type vibe with, you know, like we noted earlier, celebrities using the platform as a vehicle for just entertainment and getting closer to the fan base, because it was a platform where a lot of people had opportunity to kind of see behind the scenes.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're mentioning that episode because I'm really pleased with how it came out. I spoke with someone who had the experience of becoming pretty famous on MySpace. Her name is Hannah Beth. She was in high school when she rocketed to popularity just entirely because of her style. She was kind of like an it girl on the platform. But then there are a few examples that are kind of sad. Like I think someone like Tila Tequila, she became very, very famous through the internet. And as someone who was, you know, she was a working class woman of color, she did not have the same access to opportunities in Hollywood that a lot of others might have. She was able to build a career through a platform like MySpace and through the internet in general. And in this episode, we kind of show how, you know, a lot of these elements of fame, because you don't have the traditional support, you don't have necessarily the same management teams or legacy kind of institutions supporting you, it can be very hard for these internet celebrities.
It's funny you said that. I mean, I don't know her personally, but she was one of my friends on MySpace, Tila. So it's funny you said that. Now, when you do all this great work with the podcast, what kind of tease with the audience what they can look forward toward future episodes all about MySpace?
Oh, yeah. Well, I can tell you, we've got an episode coming up that's all about music. And I'm really excited about this because everybody I talk to, they are the most excited. The thing they remember is MySpace and music. And I don't think you can say that about any other social network, that it was like that closely aligned with finding out new bands, learning about tour dates, things like that, connecting to your fans if you are a musician. And we have a really great episode coming up that gets into that.
Once again, true honor talking to Joanne McNeil. She is the one and only host for the podcast main accounts for the Story of MySpace. The Story of MySpace. You can listen to iHeartRadio. Man, you can check out all the good work that she does. Go to JoanneMcNeil.com. I want to say thank you for taking time talking to us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.